rising up. In the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world.
What's up everybody? This is Ted Karras with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
Yes, sir.
It goes hard. It still goes hard.
Yeah, the song will always go hard.
Yeah.
Sure. Shout out Gift Fader, as always. But yeah, it's Thursday night football. The Pittsburgh Steelers are coming to Paycor Stadium to take on our Cincinnati Bengals. Our 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals, 4-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, there was some optimism. Like Monday, it was like, you know what? I feel like do or die, we might just go out there and win this game. Like trade didn't sound like the injury was serious. Then today it's like it's still not serious, but he's not going to play tonight. Well, shit. That took a bit of my optimism. Stewart should be back. I still haven't seen like Gesicki gone on IR. They haven't filled that roster spot. That's just super weird to me. Like, why wouldn't they activate Lucas Patrick? And whether they have him active or not,
they just did. They
Okay.
just did. Yeah. And they elevated Isaiah Foskey to the roster.
See, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, they're just getting another pass rusher, and I know some people wanted to see what he has. I doubt he'll get any snaps, but you know, I guess you never know.
Yeah. I mean, our tight end room is just kind of decimated right now because Hudson's out. I mean, Gesicki, they said, obviously it's the short-term injury. We'll see where it goes with that injury. Hopefully it is just 4 weeks for Mike, but that I had like kind of suspicion that might have been for the year, but maybe that's a good sign that they are only on the short-term injury list for 4 weeks. So that's a positive, but yeah. Yeah, no 12 personnel tonight, bro. Like, let's spread and shred. Like that's where I'm.
Flacco cook. Is that where we're at in the season? Just let Flacco cook.
Well, I was thinking, obviously the signing of Noah Fant, they tried to reduplicate the success that we had last year and the 12 personnel early in the season. And just watching it this year, it just hasn't materialized. Like running out of the 12 personnel, it's good in theory because you make the defense have to cover more gaps, defend more gaps, but we're just not good at run blocking. So it kind of negates that. All it does is bring more bodies into the box. So I just think like we just need to get back to the OG to 2021, 22 Bengals, spread and shred, four receivers, 11 personnel, whatever. And let Chase Brown like choose his lanes. Let's spread them out and try to run rather than getting into the 12 personnel sets that I just don't think we have the personnel for anyways to run the ball.
I want to mention the T-Bulls here because I don't want to forget. I already wished him happy birthday on X, but I want to wish him happy birthday on here. Happy birthday to Tyler. We love you, buddy. Hope you have a good day. And Houday. Hopefully the Bengals can get you a win on your birthday.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I was mentioning right before the show started, Aaron Rodgers completing almost 70% of his passes. It's kind of crazy. 200 yards a game. So it's not like, they're asking him to drop back and throw all the time. We talked about on Monday's show. I think they found something with Jalen Moore and Kenneth Gainwell to where they've got both backs and they're hitting them out of the backfield. It's a lot of short passing game stuff. What are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers as a Steeler? Like, I think it's been better than a lot of people expected it to be fair. Yeah,
I think Pittsburgh as a whole, people are either underrating them or overrating them. Whereas you look at their rankings across the board for offense and defense, just a lot of the stats, they're pretty much middle of the road in both offense and defense.
I feel like the defense started coming on and they played awful early.
Yes, correct. I think there are opportunities, speaking of like the 12 personnel and to be able to run the ball, there are still some opportunities there, I think. But one of the things that they're doing more of this year, they are playing a lot of man and they're blitzing a lot more. Patrick Queen's actually having an excellent season, like a Pro Bowl level year. So he's been really good. It almost feels like the Green Bay matchup in a way that, like I think our advantage, and you can probably say this most of the season with our receivers, but like I feel like if we're going to have success today, it's going to be a T. Higgins game. It's going to be a Jamar Chase game. It's going to be whoever's playing slot. It's just going to be a wide receiver game. Those guys got to win matchups. They got to win them fast too. So Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, Porter, if they're coming up to jam you, you got to win that route fast because Flacco has to have the ball out of his hands fast too. So that's like the key matchup to the game. Going back to your original point with Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's playing pretty good ball. It's a lot of dink and dunks. He's been able to fight. Like it's the classic Aaron, like with the Jets. If you watched him play with the Jets the last couple of years, it's been getting the ball out fast, back shoulder fades, deep passes down the sideline. He will kind of maneuver the pocket and make plays on his feet. Obviously, he's not moving like vintage Aaron.
No.
But he's playing a lot better than I expected. I think their offense has actually found their footing. So we're probably, there is a little like fool's gold with Pittsburgh in a way too, because you look at the teams that they played, it's not been exactly like offensive killers. I think some of the defenses have been okay. But at the same time, they are playing pretty solid ball right now.
Yeah, I feel like this game is going to tell us a lot. Obviously about both teams. I think the Steelers, though, like if they go in and handle business on the road in prime time, don't have a letdown, and then they're 5-1. They're clearly in the driver's seat. They would drop us to 2-5. What are the Ravens 1-5 currently? So it's just like, that would be such a huge lead for them to win the division. But, like, if we want to have any hope to stay in that mix or stay in the playoff mix, we have to find a way to win this damn game, like, plain and simple. Like, however, 1 point, 2 points, a McPherson field goal, whatever. Aaron Rodgers has a sloppy game, a couple turnovers, something, right? We can't turn the ball over or this will get ugly. And Flacco did a good job of not turning the ball over, but we all remember some of these games was just fumbles, dumb shit, receivers fumbling, the running backs fumbling. And like if that happens, it'll be ugly, and we'll all be wanting to go to bed about before the end of the first quarter, But hopefully that's not the case. We talked about that Monday. I think we'll know either way very quickly how this game's going to go, if we're going to be able to stay in it or we're going to get our doors blown off. What kind of team's going to come out? Are we going to come out hot for once on offense? Like, wouldn't it just be nice to, like, whether we start with the ball or they start with the ball, but when we get the ball, the first time we get it, either way, we drive down the damn field and put 7 on the board. Wouldn't that just be nice? Like, because we haven't done that this whole losing streak in the whole first half, let alone the first drive.
That if we win the toss, I think we should take the ball. Like, let's take the ball. Let's not defer to the second half. I'd rather get the ball first.
It feels like a game you should, right? I'm usually more for deferring, but there's certain games where it's like, no, we need to try to make a statement.
Yeah, because I think what we're all waiting back, and probably as a team too, it's like, what does this offense truly look like? Not only based upon like Flacco, just in general. If we do kind of take the opening script, the opening 15, as they like to call it around NFL circles and coaching,
it's been the opening 3 for us.
Yeah, well, it's been the opening 3 script. I actually think we're one of the worst scripted teams this year. When actually a couple of years ago we were one of the best. Interesting enough, but anyways, I think that would give us like kind of a shot in the arm. It would feed more energy into the crowd and to our team if we can possess the ball first and like get points on the board. Like, prefer a touchdown, even if we like have a cool, like a good crisp drive and things look good and we have to settle for a field goal. I don't love that, but I'll even take that too. You know what I mean? I just need to see some positivity within those first drive. Now, conversely, on defense, let's get them off the field on a 3 and out. Like, let's provide some pressure. Like, let's play really aggressive. I'm okay getting beat with a deep ball tonight. Like, I'm okay, like, sending, like, dialing up a blitz. Like, whatever. Like, let's play really aggressive and get after it,
Yeah, we haven't seen much blitzing at all from this Al Golden defense, and I think you've got to dial it up a lot. You see it here and there, but dial it up from everyone, from everywhere. Keep them guessing, bring the heat, get after Rodgers because he don't have that same mobility. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he can still make plays, but if you can get after him, you can get him on the ground too because he's not got that foot speed to get away that he once had.
Yeah. I actually would like to deploy the game plan that the Falcons did against Buffalo this past Monday Night Football. So they blitzed Josh Allen like 70% of the time. The reason they were able to do that because they're not scared of Josh Allen's weapons. I don't think that I'm not necessarily scared of their weapons. Like I know DK like can do some stuff. But I just kind of feel like let's get aggressive. Let's blitz a lot. Now, that was Al Golden's kind of like thing at Notre Dame. He would dial up the blitzes. Like he was kind of middle of the road college like coordinator in terms of like how many blitzes he sent. He was okay of leaving his corners on islands. I think it's kind of clear this year that he doesn't trust the secondary, but this is one of those nights like, man, just go out guns a-blazing. Let's play aggressive. And, if we get beat playing aggressive, at least I can say, hey, we tried the most aggressive game plans possible.
Yeah. So do you have any other thoughts? Because I was thinking, what might be fun to do is put the link out to the chat if anybody wants to hop in, give their thoughts on the game too.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's always good to hear from the Brew Crew.
But you got any other like keys to the game, thoughts? Like, because I think all of us picked Pittsburgh to win except Pork Chop. And like I kind of started the show without Trey, and I'm not feeling as positive. I'm not going to change my pick. Like I'm never going to change a pick once I make it. But I will say if I change picks, I probably would change my pick. I feel like we're going to lose again. I'm going to be pissed off, and I hate that I have that feeling. But just today, it's been a feeling that I have today. And Trey being out, I think, is a big part of it because I'm like, our pass rush is just so bad without him. Like, it's non-existent. So if we don't dial up those blitzes, where the hell is the pass rush coming from? I don't see it. And you can say, Stewart, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's going to play a lot. I hope so, right? But I think if we're putting all our eggs in that basket, that Shamar Stewart's going to come out there and get pressure like Trey does, that we'd just be lying to ourselves like that. It's not going to happen. He's not Trey Hendrickson. He's a completely different player. Probably a little better against the run, though. And we may need that today. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. But I'll put the link out in the chat. Your thoughts on would you change your pick, or do you want to change your? You can change your pick. I'm not going to change mine. Do you want to change your pick?
I mean, I'll stick with it. I will say that I think the Steelers' offensive line. It's not definitely a strength of their unit. I don't think it's like as bad as they were when they started the season. I still think there's an opportunity that we can win that matchup, and I do, to your point with having Shamar back, maybe that seals the edges a little bit better because against Green Bay, that's kind of where we had problems, like Jacobs going, like bouncing to the outside. So hopefully he can hold the edge a little bit better and just have our linebackers, our young rookie linebackers, flow and fill gaps, like prevent Jaylen Warren. If we can kind of like initially stop the run and force them into a passing situation with Aaron Rodgers and dial up some blitzes, I think there's an opportunity that our defense can really shine tonight too. Now, all those factors have to kind of like come to fruition, but like
we can't let them get like 8 yards on a first down on a run up the middle. We cannot let that happen. We cannot let it be like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. We need some 3rd and longs. Even then, I'm not sure we can get off the field, but I think that's the world we have to live in to win this game.
Yeah.
3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and you bring the blitz.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. And like have our corners come up in the face. Like if most of the Aaron Rodgers passing is like the little, dink passes, the ball out fast. Like they're not an explosive offense. They'll just kind of lull you to sleep though too. Like you'll look up and they're on like the 30-yard line because they completed like one pass. It's kind of crazy just watching them this year, how they kind of like can slowly matriculate the ball down the field. And all of a sudden it's like, wait, it feels like they haven't done shit on offense, but somehow they have 13 points on the board. So, I just think like it's a game that we should get really aggressive on defense and just challenge them to have to make, deep passes down the sidelines, challenge them to have to make tight window throws. Don't let them just get off with the dink and dunks all game. And I think we can have success that way.
Yeah, well, Ken, you're wrong on that one, buddy. I'm pretty sure he's out. I don't know if it's officially out, and they even brought up Isaiah Foskey from the practice squad, which is even more like he's definitely out. Like all the reports, like Jeremy Fowler, who knows more about the Bengals, I think, than any other reporter typically, he said that he wasn't playing pretty much. So
Yeah. No, now they officially rolled him out.
there
So
you go.
now it's official. Yeah.
He can't get a game-winning sack when he's not active, Ken. But maybe that'll be, Joseph Osai, because that's a guy in my Cincy Jungle article I wrote about as one of my 3 key players. I was like, we don't know about Dre. And, at the time, I wasn't sure about Shamar when I wrote it, but that was kind of edited by the editor, which shout out to Jason for that. That they're going to lean on Shamar. But still, Joseph Osai still playing a lot, still the starter opposite, Shamar in this scenario. And we're going to need a big game from him. And he's flashed, right? It's just I want to see more. Like, we need more. He needs to go off tonight. And it's not – he doesn't have to have 2-3 sacks. When I'm talking going off, I'm talking consistent pressure on Rodgers, affecting the game. Bringing it up to where then Shamar collects a sack. Some of the D tackles collect those sacks like Jenkins has in some other games.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Ken was 27-24, Hendrickson game-winning sack, and now he's like, damn it, we lost. We've lost the game. Yeah, Ken, it sucks, man. My optimism as well, there, Rick, not Ken, my bad. But Rick, has definitely dwindled a little bit without Trey because he's our consistent pressure. We got the birthday boy hopping in from the car. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Well, happy birthday once again, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Probably a lot younger than I am, but we don't have to talk about ages.
I'm 30. I feel it more.
Jesus, you fucking child. I'm 41, brother. I'm old as dirt.
No, I that's what people tell me. They tell me I'm still young, but with the way I work and everything, sometimes I don't feel it. So
yeah, it's like those midnight walks to the bathroom when you got to take a piss from the sleep and you're just grunting. You're just like, why am I grunting right now?
You get up off the couch, and you get that. It's like, oh yeah, it's over, man.
I mean, we used to make fun of like old people when we were young because they'd make grunt noises, and now we're doing them and we're doing them out loud. You're like, shit, I can't even control that. I'm doing it out loud.
It's just a thing. It's just a natural thing. But Tyler, what are your thoughts on the game? Are you feeling optimistic? Does Trey being out change your feelings on it? And what do you think maybe a key to winning this one is? It's a lot of questions. Answer them however you want.
So, what about Shamar? Have we heard anything on Shamar? Is he playing?
Yeah, the last thing Al Golden said earlier in the week is like he was playing and he was going to play a lot. So I think they had a feeling even then that Trey wasn't going to play, and that's what I figured.
Okay. Obviously, we got 2 old gunslingers throwing the ball tonight. Expect it to be, I don't know, a high scoring game, but I would say it's probably going to be like mid-20s for both teams. I expect us to be the underdogs, and I expect us to win. We are the underdogs. We're 5.5-point underdogs if you look at all these.
I mean, honestly, that's closer than
like that, but
than it's been.
But at the same time, though, it is AFC North football. I usually, if I ever see that big of a thing, I usually throw that part out the window. We are playing the Steelers. We were not ready against Denver prime time a couple weeks ago, but I feel like we're going to be ready tonight. Joe Flacco coming in the other day against Green Bay. He played really well in the second half. I don't know what was wrong in the first half. I don't know if that was, like we talked about on the show the other day, if that was the play calling, like everything changed in the second half or what, I don't know. But if Flacco plays the way he did in the second half, I feel like we have a chance. And I don't know if you guys see my comment earlier about the NFL Network, all the analyst score predictions. I feel like that's motivation enough. That's like 26-0. I think one of the scores I saw, like, come on now. Like, it's not going to be that.
To be fair, it's been that every week, and we've still got our butt kicked. So
that's fair. That's a fair point. But I feel I feel optimistic tonight. I mean, I have to, right? Like, I don't want to be, sad at like 11 o'clock tonight. I don't want
On
to
your
be.
birthday. Like, do
Yeah,
it for
right. I don't want to
Tyler. Do
be.
it for T-Bowles,
I
Cincinnati.
don't want to be. I don't want to be sad. So we have to win. We have to win. And if we're going to win offensively, like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they have to have a big game. Chase Brown, I feel like, while he's not had a great, start to the year, whether he gets involved in the passing game, which is another extension of the run game for him, I feel like he improves tonight. I feel like he has probably his best game of the year tonight. And that's what will set up, T. Jamar. Now, whether, it's Noah Fant or whether we're trusting Yoshi after his 3 drops the other day, I don't know. But T and Jamar have to be the center of it all. And, whether or not, Jamar has 10 plus receptions again, so be it. That's the way it has to go, because the defense, while they've been playing, I feel like they've been playing better than they did last year. The numbers don't show it. Obviously, scoring defense, I feel like we've been doing okay for the most part when we don't shoot ourselves in the foot on offense. But I feel like, we can hold our own, and we'll come up with some key plays tonight. And no, Tyler Kelly, the Steelers are not winning. No.
I mean,
Yes.
we need the Bengals to win just for Chop and just to say suck at Tyler Kelly. Come on.
Yes.
You know what's funny? We play them tonight, and then we turn around and play them in like 3 weeks again, or something like that, or 4 weeks.
Yeah, which whatever. I mean, I don't know. You're always going to have that a little bit sometimes with division opponents. I always think it's weird, like when you start and end with a team, like we did with Cleveland. It seems like a lot.
Yeah, don't we play Baltimore and then a game in between, and then we play Baltimore again?
Yeah, that's even worse.
That's
Honestly,
worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, why not just play in back-to-back weeks and get over with?
right. A home and away series,
Yeah.
like in any other sport.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now,
what
do we know when Lamar's supposed to be coming back? Like, do we know the timetable
after the
for
bye?
him?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's back.
Oh, so they're on a bye week this week, right? So
Yeah.
he should be good.
Yeah, they're still like betting. I mean, so if Pittsburgh wins tonight, which they're not, but if they do, I think Jay Morrison had the stat where any team that's had like a 3-game lead past week 7, they're successful just wrapping up the division 11 out of 13 times. So with that being said, I think, Pittsburgh's going to be just as motivated as we are tonight, especially with like, they look around and they can kind of see like, all right, Lamar's coming back. The Ravens defense did play better last week. They held the Rams to 17 points. It was 3-3 at half. So maybe
that's pretty encouraging with all the injuries they've had. And I'm sure they feel like once they get Lamar back, that'd be like us if we were getting Burrow back. That's going to revitalize your whole team. So Tyler Kelly, you don't even have to be worried about us. I know he's saying pivotal moment for the division. But it is. Like, we have to win the game to stay in. If not, if you guys win, you get a bigger lead. But if you lose to us, you got to worry about us and then Baltimore with getting Lamar back. But go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
The swing is crazy because if we win, we're only one game, one, whatever you ever say this.
Like win, yeah.
Yeah, in the win cut. Like, we're only basically one win away from Steelers, like, in the division. So that's how big of a swing this is within the AFC North.
And Mike Tomlin too, like I wouldn't call it. I don't know if I would call it scared, but I know he was making his like concerns known about the Browns trading Flacco in season to us when because Flacco knows AFC North football, and I feel like he knows he didn't want to play Flacco like coming into the game. He wanted to play Jake Browning. Because I believe there was a comment. It was when
he
was
probably watched Jake Browning. Shit, I'd want to play Jake Browning too.
That's
the way he was playing.
When Flacco was with the Colts, I believe when they played Pittsburgh played the Colts, they wanted to keep Anthony Richardson healthy on the field because he didn't want Flacco to come in the game because he knew what would happen. He's played him so many times. But that's what Flacco does. That's what he brings into this game tonight. And I feel like Flacco, he's had a good career. Versus the AFC North, he knows this division up and down, and I feel like we have. I wouldn't say necessarily an advantage with it, but maybe like that gives us some sort of hope coming into tonight.
Yeah, and Tyler, I hear you. He thinks it was dumb to trade a quarterback you like to a division rival who needs a quarterback. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe the Browns just don't care because they're the Browns. But I also thought it was more, and I said this on Monday, I think it was more Mike Tomlin just sending a message to a Steelers team. Like, hey, we've played Flacco in the past. We know that he's made of the right stuff. We know he can come out here and have a good performance, win a game. Don't get complacent at 4-1. That was my thoughts on Monday, and I still kind of feel that way. There was more a message to his team than it was anything else.
Yeah, and is Tomlin actually surprised that Cleveland would do some dumb shit? Because that's all they do is some dumb shit.
Yeah, he's got to know by now. Like, shit, come on.
Yeah, Cleveland stays doing dumb shit. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like again, hats off to the Bengals and making this move. I mean, we already commented on this, but like we're like without having Flacco, like I probably would tell Dale, let's not even have this damn podcast today. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit?
I mean, at least there's a chance that he carries over the momentum he got, especially with like Chase and Higgins in that game. And he was getting the ball out quick, and he's going to have to do the same.
Yeah. I mean, that's what older quarterbacks do. If you actually look the time to release on Tom Brady as his career went along, and especially in Tampa, that time to pass just got quicker and quicker every season. So, I think Flacco recognizes that, and that's where, like, Tyler, yeah, to your point, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, we pay you guys big salaries for this. You got to go and win those matchups. Like, if you don't, that's on us. You know what I mean? That's on you guys. Like, you got to get open. Like, you got to get open fast. Because, like, I think our offensive line did show some improvement, and I think they will kind of fare well tonight. But, Steelers are always going to get some kind of pressure and cause a little bit of a ruckus. So as long as, Flacco is able to get the ball out quick, and that requires your receivers to win off the line of scrimmage, get open fast, and make plays.
Yeah. So, Tyler, any other thoughts, brother, before we get you out of here?
I'm actually getting ready to go pick up Bailey from preschool here in just a second. That's
you got a
thought I would hop on
prediction?
before.
Absolutely, brother. We appreciate you hopping on.
Oh, no problem. I'm happy to be here. Sorry I can't. Well, as I say, I know you guys aren't going, but I miss going to the games.
Yeah.
But as far as the score prediction goes, I believe we're going to win, and I believe it's going to be Bengals, let's just say 30, Pittsburgh 26. We'll go there.
When you said 30, I was thinking 28 popped in my head for them, like if we won, like something like that. 30-26, yeah, that's a nice one. All right, Tyler, thank you, brother. Happy birthday once again. Enjoy your day. Hope the Bengals get the victory for you. Hooday.
Hooday, Brew Crew. Love y'all.
Happy birthday.
Love you, brother.
We too. The birthday boy stepping in. How about that?
Yes, sir. And I'll put the link up there. We're not going to do a super long show. We talked about that before. So I'll put it back in if anybody wants to hop in for 5 minutes or so. But we'll probably end this one about 35 minutes in. So 6-7 minutes. Anybody wants to hop in, give a score prediction, talk about your thoughts about Joe Flacco, talk about your thoughts about the Steelers. If Tyler Kelly, I wonder if he's going to the game. He's so active in the chat. Might as well hop on that link, Tyler, and give us your score prediction from the opponent's side, if you'd like.
Definitely an identity game too, right? Let's establish a little bit of identity tonight. Anytime you beat a Steelers team, obviously you got to be tough. So I think like this victory means a lot. I also look at it from establishing identity for this Bengals season. Like, what are we trying to be? Let's get physical. Let's get aggressive. Let's truly establish what it's going to look like the rest of the season from an identity standpoint. Like, we're not going to win every game. You know what I mean? Like,
of course not.
It just is what it is. That's the NFL. But let's go out trying to win games with like an identity in mind of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to be. Now, obviously, like anytime you lose your quarterback, it throws a wrinkle into that. I get it. But from even on the defensive side of things, what are we trying to accomplish over there? Let's get some identities established tonight. And what better way is there to do that against the Steelers, who are known?
Yeah, these cocksucking Steelers and there's fans, these inbred fans of theirs. Oh, speaking of, hey, Tyler Kelly, you headed down to the game?
Yeah, to answer your question, I just left work, so I'm going home to change real quick, and then I'm heading down there. But I was gonna say, typing it's too much, but I said it earlier. I don't know if you saw a message, but what scares me the most is our offense isn't elite, as I'm sure you guys are aware, and we go from
Never
being
been elite. It's not
we
been
go
elite
from
for
being a
years.
very when we're playing on script, we're playing our game. We're a very efficient offense, but the minute something happens and we get some pressure built on us or something, we go from being an efficient offense to absolutely dog piss. And it being an AFC North game, I am worried the Bengals defense might play better and throw us off our game a little bit. I mean, we only have DK Metcalf as a receiver.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Austin's out. I mean, your second leading receiver on the season is Jalen Warren, but I think this is going to be a big Jonnu Smith, Darnell Washington, Pat Fryermuth. I think that's what the Steelers are going to try to get those guys involved. And we'll see, because we've played tight ends, I feel like, decent, but we also like to drop our edges in coverage on tight ends, and I could see the Steelers trying to attack that.
I mean, it might help you. Aaron Rodgers has one of the quickest release throws in the league right now because our offense cannot prevent pressure. It is very bad. Our O-line cannot stop people from pressuring. So he throws the ball fast. Our only benefit right now is our receivers. Like DK Metcalf, he averages 11 yards after the catch. And I know Bengals, I don't know about this year, but in past few years have had issues tackling. So it might help out a little bit.
Oh, last week was awful. It was awful.
It might help out a little bit if you guys can't tackle. Maybe DK Metcalf and company can run a little bit after that because we only throw like quick passes really. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers has a lot of time. So, but what scares me, like I said earlier, is Joe Flacco. He's a good quarterback. He's decent, and you guys have amazing weapons. I mean, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Like, I think if your O line can block some, Chase Brown. We've had issues stopping the run. So Chase Brown could at least torch us maybe a little bit. I don't know, but
yeah. All right, what's your score prediction, brother? And we'll let you out of here.
I'm gonna go with 17-10. 17-10.
And you're going Pittsburgh, obviously.
Yeah. I think it'll be 14-10. At the end of the game, we'll kick a field goal. And it'll be 17-10.
That would be an ugly game, but I would be like just enough hope that our defense looks good for us to still lose. Like that would almost be more depressing for me because I'd be like, so actually though, if we only scored 10, I'll still be on my fire Zach Taylor rant.
AFC North football just seems rough, and both teams, as much as other Steelers, aren't doing very hot statistically. Like our defense isn't. We're a top 15 defense, but our offense is horrible. Obviously, your guys' offense isn't moving very well, so I don't see it being a very high-scoring game.
Yeah. These are going to be one of these nights where we look at Twitter land and everybody's just like saying, yawn, this game's boring.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I still don't trust our defense either. So.
I see a lot of 3-and-outs.
Well, we're known to do that a lot. That's why I think it could get ugly if we can't score some points. But Cripps got one thing before you get out of here. Has that dirty Sanchez stash of yours, Tyler, ever got into it with a grease truck driver in an alley?
It is not, no. But I did. I don't know if you can see it. I got a mullet now. I got a mullet to go with the mustache. So.
And the tramp stamp. And the
tramp stamp, yeah. And the tramp
This guy is the definition of a crazy Steeler fan. I mean, he's got the whole look and vibe going.
But right, I'll catch you guys later. Good luck,
brother. Have fun at the game.
Yep.
Later. All right, man. Good show. Yeah. Good little pop-up show. Little pregame action. We got David here with a prediction of the Bengals 20, Pittsburgh 17. Man, I don't even know if I gave a score prediction. Like I just said the Bengals would win. We've just been picking games. So I'll give a score prediction, I guess, before we get out of here and have you do the same. I'll just stick with the Bengals winning, even though I really doubted it happens. Like I'm feeling very negative today. I hope I'm wrong. But since I picked the Bengals, I'll go 24-23 Bengals win and just fucking miracle ass fashion somehow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 24-16. Bengals win. I feel like it's one of those games that we make just like enough plays. I actually think our defense is like I have a good feel. I'm whatever on the offense. I gotta see it. I just kind of feel good about our defense. I don't know why tonight, but I feel like
I hope you're right.
yeah, I feel like we're ramping up. Last week we kind of defensively, I think we're going to throw some stuff at them. Like this is the first time Pittsburgh's seen Al Golden, right? Like now, obviously, like he's put some things on tape, but I think there's some opportunities to run some things that they're not used to. So,
And wouldn't it be nice if Golden just had this awesome plan, even without Trey, and then maybe make it easier if we don't keep Trey next year to be like, okay, there's a plan for other guys to step up, and where the whole plan is not just Trey get pressure. I don't know. I mean, it's a good plan a lot of times because that guy's a freak. But.
Well, somebody just dropped a tweet today that like said Trey's out. Philadelphia is still going super hard at trying to acquire Trey.
Yeah.
So they must be buzzing the Bengals front office like daily.
Yeah, but we know the Bengals are probably like first round pick and a player. Like we want one of your best players and a first round pick.
I think the Eagles would give I think the Eagles would give their first round pick.
Yeah, because they think it might be 32, right?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy how fast their pass rush has fallen off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Milton Williams, man, I don't know how he's doing with New England.
He's balling. I
was going to say, that's a good player, man. That's why I was like, if you were ever going to break the bank on a player, I thought he could have done a lot here with interior pass rush. Yeah, Chris, Trey is definitely out, right? Dustin, you saw the Bengals.
Yeah, he's definitely out.
Yeah. Ruled him out.
Confirmed. Yeah.
And they elevated Lucas Patrick. They also brought up Isaiah Foskey, the Notre Dame former second-round pick. Like Notre Dame, one of their all-time sack leaders. The guy balled out when he was at Notre Dame. He went in the second round for a reason. Hasn't really panned out. Been on our practice squad for a while. Does he get in the game? Who knows? But he's active. So, I mean, hell, I'm fine with tossing him out there and seeing if he can get some pressure.
Yeah.
Like, give him a few plays. Cam Sample ain't it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give him some of Cam Sample snaps. I don't give a fuck. Like, we don't need to see Cam Sample out there falling down and fucking sucking dick the whole game.
I always feel like these are random player games where like there is a random player that makes an impact on like both sides. It's always like players that you don't even consider. Like,
well, all right,
Randy touchdown catch. You know what I mean?
That's your guy. Is that what you're going with? Because I'm like, you're making me think here.
No, actually, mine is Isaiah Foskey coming up with some pressures. I think it's going to be like when you look at our sack numbers tonight, like it's going to be hard because Aaron does get the ball out fast. I think it's more about like pressure rate and like, that kind of thing, which, you can just kind of see with your eyeballs. So, but I think he makes an impact,
Isaiah Foskey, your impact guy.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to go. So, like, I don't know, man, because I feel like anything I say, it's going to be like, oh, we could see that happening.
CTB bounces back.
I was going to say CTB gets a pick six wearing the Juice Gang hat. It's more hope because we need him to play well because I can't see them putting DJ Turner on DK Metcalf too much just because of the size difference and strength difference.
Yeah.
And like CTB is a little thicker, you know what I mean? Can he keep up with the speed? I don't know, but just trying to have him be physical at least a little bit with Metcalf like he did when that Seattle game. So maybe it's going to be CTB. For offense, the Andre Yosevich bounce back game where he gets 2 receiving touchdowns. Maybe only 3 catches for 12 yards, but 2 red zone touchdowns. Why not, right? We don't have tight ends to throw to. Maybe Noah Fant. Noah Fant would have been the other pick of mine. You got like an offensive guy?
I'll go with Yoshi too. And that's such a Yoshi stat line from 2 years ago. Like 4 catches, 2 touchdowns, 8 yards or something like that.
Right.
So, yeah, I'll go with Yoshi too. Bounce back game for him.
I mean, we got I doubt Burton will even be active, but that will be an off the radar. Burton's active. Burton gets a kick return touchdown. Like, Wouldn't that be fun? Wade
Yeah, we need
says
to.
Flacco goes off for 400 passing yards. Now that would be a fun night. Like I would thoroughly enjoy watching that.
God, that would be fun. We haven't had one of those in a well. Obviously, Burrow had a. Did he have a 400-yard game last year?
I imagine he did. Like off
Yeah.
the top of my head, I don't know, but I mean the guy was putting up just incredible stats and keeping us in some in half and having to continuously go out there and put the ball in play and make big plays.
Yeah,
Offensively.
yeah. That would be fun. Let's toss the ball around, get crazy with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Jamar breaks some tackles, takes a couple to the house. That's how you get to 400-yard games, though. You hit a deep bomb or one or two of those, but also just Jamar. That's a lot of Joe's 400-yard games. It might be a slant pass. Jamar 80 yards, 70 yards. Like he's just that damn good. Best receiver in the league. We need him to be the best damn receiver in the league tonight and then some. I like Ryan Sparks. Tinsley with a touchdown. See? And that's if they give him opportunities, I think he would. I'm just not sure they're ever going to give that man more opportunities.
that's my guy, bro. That's my
know.
guy. Like I've been like,
let him play. Let him play.
Let him cook. Do you see a little college news? Indiana extended Kirk Cincinnati for 8 years, 11
They
years.
said how much?
So 8 years, 11.8 million a year. Wild.
No, I mean, hey, they said back the fuck off, Penn State. And they said we used to be a basketball school. Now we're a Kirk Cincinnati football school. I mean, that guy has been amazing for that program. He's a douchebag. Like, I feel like he's a douchebag. Like, I don't know. He just gives off those vibes. But it's like, that's one smart fucking douchebag that knows how to build programs and get the best out of the talent. He's a damn good football coach.
I could contend, and maybe you give your input on this. I think it's one of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen since I've been alive.
I mean, Indiana was just a bum ass program forever. Like, not for this, and they've never been very good. I think it was like averaging 3 or 4 wins over the last X amount of years. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And then you get this guy, and that's the funniest stat. It was like the Mache show was talking about it. He has more top 10 wins in the last 2 years than Indiana, basically this year, than James Franklin. Kirk Franklin, a goddamn gospel singer. Anyways, James Franklin had his entire time at Penn State, which was how many years? Like, it was over 10, right?
Yeah.
Was there forever.
2014, maybe?
I mean, it's a long time. Just a crazy thing. It's like, hey, Kirk Cincinnati's just that guy. And I know they're in the Big Ten as well, but I kind of root for them I definitely was rooting for them over Oregon. And I like Fernando Mendoza. Like I got him at quarterback 1 now. I liked him. I liked his Cal tape, but I was like, all right, I think he's going to cook with Cincinnati, and he's been damn good. And then everybody's like, oh, it's the RP. No, he makes some throws that you can't make, and he's got, I call it sneaky mobility. He got that white boy mobility that he can make a lot of plays with his legs too. I mean, I remember watching the Cal tape over the summer, and this man rushed for like an 80-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got a little bit of juice, and he's corny as fuck. If you watch that post-game interview, it was so corny. I'm like, man, this guy is a cornball. And then I said, I kind of love it. It's kind of perfect. I think I said that to you guys in the Bruce chat. I was like, Andrew Luck vibes. Like, just a huge nerd.
Yep. Yeah.
I kind of want my quarterback to be a huge nerd.
Yeah.
Like,
Same. I think this signing shows I think there's more to it, meaning this really shows the professionalism of college football, not only on commitment, but salary, but also it signifies the importance of coaching. Yeah. In college football, you're seeing just talent be dispersed, right? Like Georgia's taking a step back. They can't build the depth that they used to. Indiana invests in their NIL money, but not as much as Oregon. They went out to Oregon, and that score was way more than a 10-point game. They
I mean,
dominated.
it's still a bunch of James Madison players he brought with him.
Yeah.
You know, I know Mendoza. I know that. Roman Hemby came from like Maryland, I believe. Maryland or Rutgers. I think it's Maryland.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of those guys, the linebacker, you know, which I got him in the draft guide now.
Yeah.
Aiden Fisher, D'Angelo Pons, Michael Kamara. They were all James Madison players.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Surratt. Then Omar Cooper's been there, Carter Smith. There's some other guys like that, but that was at Indiana. They stayed at Indiana, and man, he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, they ran circles around Will Stein, who's been the offensive coordinator for Oregon since 2022. Like they did have no plan for those blitzes, edge blitzes that they're sending, and they made no adjustments. So schematic, because the NFL coaching is really, really important because the talent, for the most part, equates. The ability to be able to scheme in the NFL is where you can get your advantages for the most part. I think what you saw in that Oregon game against Indiana is the same like philosophy. Kirk Zanetti runs his program like an NFL program, you know? So I think this is a turn. Like we've been kind of dancing around professionalism of college a little bit. I think this is like planting the flag in the ground. Like this is what it is moving forward, you know?
And I can't remember the name of the other one, but he's number 46. Aiden Fisher's number 4. Whoever number 46 for Indiana is, he had a hell of a game too.
Oh, they seek and destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amari Farrell, safety, like he's a pretty good prospect too. I don't know if he'll be in this draft or the next, but man, that guy's a good player.
Is it Isaiah Jones? Is the linebacker?
Yep. Isaiah Jones is the number 46, the other linebacker there, along with Jones, maybe. Yep. You're on it, Chris. But yeah, I mean, just fun, man. I love college football. College football is so damn fun. We talk about this a lot, and I know it's like I like the draft, but college football is just a fun product, you know? And there's so many games to watch on Saturdays, sometimes Fridays. I think a sneaky fun Friday game, tomorrow night game, and maybe it's not even sneaky, but Louisville, who is unranked, traveling to Miami, who's ranked 3rd overall. I wrote about that as one of my 5 games and the prospects and stuff, because there's just some players on Louisville, especially Chris Bell Jr., obviously Ryan Sparks guy, Cleve Lubin, the edge rusher, but Renee Conga, defensive tackle. I knew he was going to mention Cleve. I probably said the name while he was typing it. But I think that's going to be a fun game. And obviously Miami has some guys the Bengals fans need to get familiar with. Francis Malinoa, Ruben Bain if we're picking really, really high. But Malinoa could be, if we're picking around 10 to 12, he could be there. Do you move him to right guard? Because he's playing right tackle right now. Do you try to move Mims to left tackle? Give this guy a shot at right tackle? I don't know. But I think the Bengals would be very interested in a player like that. And they obviously have a bunch of players. And I got to eat my shit sandwich on Carson Beck, who's looked great. So I kind of hope I jinx him because I'm rooting for Louisville and Miller Moss and Brown and that running back, Chris Bell, all those boys tomorrow.
Oh, I like Isaac Brown for Louisville too.
Brown. He's not draft eligible.
Yeah.
But he is explosive. He's been a little injured, and he doesn't always put up these big stat games this year. But he can hit one at any time.
That's my upset special of the week is Louisville over Miami. I don't think Miami's defense has been tested like they're going to get with Miller Moss and those receivers yet, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, even the running, I know Bain is really good. Akeem Messidor on the other end, but the D tackles was Justin Scott was the guy who was originally committed to Ohio State. He's only a sophomore. That's one of those D tackles, but I don't think their D tackles are great. So it's and I know Brown, you kind of want to get him out in space. They have another running back that's decent too. Can you run the ball a little bit and then open up the big plays to Chris Bell and guys like that? I think that would be the way to win that game. Yeah, I don't know too many of their O-line the names, Ryan, but seems like they're playing solid. Louisville's one of those fun teams.
They are. Miller Moss has been not Like he's
Yeah.
been just okay this year.
Yeah.
I've not been like,
And he's like maybe a 6th, 7th round guy or undrafted that gets a camp invite. That's just who he is.
Yep. Yeah.
Chris Bell Jr. now, that's a top 50 player.
Oh, I love Chris Bell Jr. for sure. Yeah, he's a stud. Yeah, so that's a fun, definitely a fun Friday game, you know.
Yeah.
And just kind of looking around the NFL. I don't know if you caught chatter from Buffalo this week, but there's some players kind of turning on McDermott a little bit. Not everything's not okay in Buffalo land.
But I feel like it's every year. Like I don't feel like he has a lot of supporters in general from the team, from the fan base. Like I feel like he's kind of always on the hot seat.
Yeah, just something feels different this time about it though. Like something feels a little bit different. Like the way Josh Allen was walking off the field on Monday, it didn't look like he was angry. He just looked like despondent. And I think he just knows that he has
Is that McDermott or is that Haley Steinfeld pussy?
I would say the puss and a little combination of like, your coach too. And I think what you saw on Monday, he just does not have receivers that can make plays.
Well, didn't he come out and have the quote like that Haley has opened his eyes to life outside of football? And
yeah,
I was like, and listen, there should be for these guys, but it's like, I don't know. It's just something I wouldn't even just don't say it. Don't say that. That's my quarterback. I want you to eat, sleep, and breathe football. At least say that publicly.
Yeah, I'd like to see the whole quote to see if there's something that was taken out of context.
And that's fair. That happens constantly.
Yeah. However, there is like that they're just, I don't know. I just don't.
Josh Allen seems like he loves football. I mean, that dude is a baller.
Yeah. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, I think it's the new norm in NFL where we're just going to see like a lot of average teams, and maybe like just like the cream of the crop rises at the end of the year. I guess you could always say that, but I mean, full circle, it's kind of crazy. So the Chiefs have no running game at all. I think actually Andy Reid lightweight likes it. They're just scheming up quick passes all over the place, like, and then treating that as their running game. It like feels like the old school, like West Coast timing offense, like your passing game is an extension of their running game as well. If you look the way Mahomes is playing, he's probably playing the best he has in like the last 3 years too. He's kind of balling.
And they're getting Rashee Rice back,
yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, no, and I'm like, nah, man, they're gonna be right in that mix. I said it for weeks. This happens like every year.
Yeah.
They've lost a couple more games early than that they would typically win, but it's not looked great the last couple of years. Early on, and
no, and they're moving the ball without Rashee Rice. Like I mean, at some point maybe the lack of run game hurts them, but like so far they're going up and down the field, and they kind of bullied Detroit. Like I don't think Detroit's line was that great against the Chiefs on Sunday night.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, I don't feel like Detroit was great against us.
Nope.
So it was kind of like you could kind of see that coming, that Kansas City was probably going to beat their ass because I don't know, man. It was like, yes, they beat us. We suck. Jake Browning, 3 picks. Like, we were still in that game, late in that game. And it was like, I don't know. They just didn't there was like their corners are really bad for Detroit. I think that's going to continue to be a problem for them.
Yeah. And
I don't think they've got like this nasty pass rush. And Ali McNeil is supposed to come back, so maybe that will help elevate that entire D line. But right now, it's like they're still missing like another guy. Like, man, if they had a Trey Henderson with Aiden Hutchinson, holy shit. That they need that at least to alleviate their, secondary issues at corner.
They had Dan Skipper play left tackle last week. I mean, he provided a little bit of stability, but I kind of feel like the Chiefs D line took it to their O line. Like they just didn't get loose. So just a lot of interest. I mean, the real season starts in November. Like, that's where it's like maybe the Bengals catch some some fire here. We start to turn the corner.
No.
We,
Can we just fucking win a game? Like, can we just have hope for another? I mean, and honestly, it's a Thursday game, so if we won, we can ride that high all the way till like
oh yeah,
the following Sunday. Oh, that would be great. That's why I just think we're going to lose. I think it's one of those feelings of like impending doom, that all of a sudden we lose and now we got to deal with this shit. And then it's like, and then everyone's still going to be like, well, you play the Jets next. You can get back to 3. You can get back to 3. You're 2-5 after being 2-0. You lose 5 straight. If we lose tonight, pack it in. It's over. It's a must-win game. You're right, AD. It's a must-win fucking game. I don't care. It's a must-win.
Mathematically, if you get to 5 losses, you can only probably afford to have 2 more losses, because what's the cutoff point? Probably 10 wins, because we had 9 wins last year. And so, like, the
AFC is bad, but, some teams get hot and they win 4 or 5 in a row. We're not doing that. So it's like at some point, you're trying to play catch up if you're 2-5, and you're going to drop some more games. Like,
you're skating on thin ice. I mean, we would probably all be checked out at 2-5. I mean, mathematically, you're still alive, and hell, like, you can go on a winning streak and make things interesting, but you're playing from so far behind. Like, it's just the swing of this game is, and I think like
we're not going on a winning streak without Joe Burrow. Like,
no. It's just, we're not going to go on a 10.
And he's not going to be back early enough that you could win enough if you don't win a game like this.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that I think from a morale standpoint, I don't think like people are going to check out. I don't think we have that type of character, but like the morale of the team, it's like if you lose this game, it's like, are you hitting the extra rep in the weight room? Are you like running that ball carrier down at like the 5-yard line to save like a touchdown? Like,
well, even Jamar Chase, right? Like, he's been coming on as a leader, and I've been very impressed with that. And, playing his ass off at the same point in time. But at what point do you play your ass off and you keep losing? That Jamar is going to just have a little bit of that wide receiver diva we talk about in the negative way, to where it's like, Zach sucks. This team, we suck. I want out of here. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I hope it never comes to that, but that's just something you like when you're that competitive. And Jamar Chase is a competitor. When you're that competitive, I can see Jamar like not taking it well if we continue to lose.
Yeah,
he shouldn't. Honestly, he shouldn't.
Yeah, no. I mean, no player like kind of will. I'm not the biggest like fan of hers, but Josina Anderson did put out like a source tweet / kind of article this week that said that there's like from NFL sources there's 5 like teams that were put like openings, like one of them dropped already, so there's a bit, meaning there's 5 more, and one of them like was linked to like a player complaining to upper management about the head coach, and everybody was like trying to link the Bengals to that. I don't think that's the case with the Bengals, but it's one of those things that'd be interesting.
The one they should be linking is Garrett Wilson to Aaron Glenn, because we've seen the sideline. And to be fair, we did see Jamar Chase on the sideline with Zach, but it wasn't as bad as Wilson. Wilson's definitely frustrated, and Aaron Glenn looks like a defense coordinator with a good defense and don't know nothing for the offense as a head coach. And sometimes I feel that way about Zach. You need somebody that can kind of oversee it all. You can be obviously you're going to be an offensive guy or a defensive guy, but I think Zach's just like offense, and
what's funny is I actually was watching the 2021 game against the Chiefs when we clinched the AFC North, so the regular season game. I was like watching, I was like, damn, we have receivers open all over the place. It was almost like we digressed in scheming players open, and we actually added to our staff. Like I said, I was stoked on that. And I mean, last year, like a lot of diversity in the route tree for Jamar and T. Jamar had and we got the pass game coordinator from the Vikings who was designing all the routes there. And then I think, didn't Scott Peters get an offensive a line assistant to join him too? like we added, if I remember.
Well, and we had a couple with Pollock. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has at least one. But, I mean, we had – maybe he has two. But we had two when Pollock was here the last year.
Yeah.
I don't know how that – I don't know if there's still two assistants. Because I think the more the merrier a little bit, More guys on staff, more people to work one-on-one with players, work on their strengths, weaknesses, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a medium where you can have too many coaches or not enough, because you want to free up your main coaches, like your coordinators, not to have to be caught up so much in the player development. They need to be kind of like caught up in like designing the scheme and game planning. So
I just kind of want a head coach that, maybe could pay attention to the play clock and be like, hey, we need to get this in faster, and not be over there on his play sheet. I don't know, Zach. Maybe give up the fucking play call.
I'm
sorry.
Okay.
I know you probably don't agree with that.
But. No, not me. Like I agree. But one thing I noticed about our offense, we must be going to the line with a lot of checks, because it seems like our quarterbacks, Browning, Flacco didn't. It's kind of interesting. Flacco didn't feel like he checked out of a lot of plays last week. He kind of just rolled with the offense, and it kind of functioned better in the second half. I noticed a lot of times, and I'm not smart enough to know this, but when Joe, he'd be checking, lining people up. We would be up at the line with like 15 seconds left, and not get the ball snapped into like 2 seconds on the play clock. So I kind of wonder if there's something to pare it down and simplify it a little bit, honestly.
Well, when Burrow's playing, to me, I'm kind of like, Burrow knows everything. He's waiting on you to call it. He's still going to come to the line and change it. Is there a way to just have him kind of fucking run it?
Well, I think there is.
Peyton Manning did that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you got to find that balance of being like complex to the defenses, but also not too complex for your own good, right? And that's where maybe our offense needs to be pared down a little bit, right? Like it's just it needs to stay simplistic. It needs to just like let your players be free and play. So I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud on that.
Yeah, no, Ryan, you're probably right. Like the Bengals would, and maybe Vance Joseph would be better in the second go around, but it just it wouldn't be the hire I would make. But there was a report about that too, that the Bengals would be one of those. I think it was Benjamin Albright. Who knows if he knows? I think he's a Denver guy, so he knows Vance Joseph. He knows the Bengals connection there. They do like Vance Joseph. They liked him before. Then they'll bring back Callahan as a coordinator. So, it totally could happen.
You know what I would love?
They were at Denver together the first go round too, weren't they? Good chance they were.
There might be. I would say.
I'd say there was some crossover at some point.
Yeah, there was some crossover. I think they were on the same staff. I don't know if he was the head coach at that time. But
man, Ryan just spoke that into existence, and I can totally see it.
Can I throw a sleeper at you in terms of a coach candidate? This is going to sound
Chris, you're right, but go ahead, Dustin.
This is going to sound really, 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 really wild, right? And this is how I'm going to present it. You got to do a sell job on this. Like, you got to sell him. And what you sell him on is the first time around, he did better than what the critics think if you looked at his Miami team. What if some NFL team tries to go poach Nick Saban and take him off the desk to come to the NFL and give it another run? You think he'd be open to that? I'm saying it takes a huge sell job. It's a wild kind of theory, but I would call him and I would bug him every single day if I was like a front office.
Nope.
No.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know. And I know that college to pros, pros to college, it can work. Honestly, a guy who's done well because he's already went college to pros that I really like, and he was with our Buckeyes, Jeff Hafley.
Yeah.
Who's the Packers defense coordinator. Like, that's a guy I would at least be intrigued about,
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be intrigued on him. That's a good candidate. I would be okay with Vance Joseph if he comes with like maybe Mike McDaniel. You know?
Yeah, like and that's the thing. I don't even know. Like I can't sit here and say, "Oh, I know the best coaching candidates." Like I won't do that. I can tell like, hey, maybe it's time for this guy to go. And I think that's what some people that would defend Zach Taylor would say is like, "Well, who should we get?" It's like I don't know. I don't get paid to do that. You know, I can give a few names that I'd be interested in. I just know that messages can go stale. And honestly, results matter. Like you can't keep a coach. And even if you look back at college football, like I don't remember what I saw today, but it was talking about all these jobs like Texas A&M. They fired this coach that was owed a lot of money, and they brought in this guy, and he's doing better. You know, and it was just several. It was like multiple jobs like that, and like why can't it was about Penn State? Like why can't Penn State try to do that? And it's like no, they should. You shouldn't just stick with the guy because he'll keep you in the mix. You know what I mean? You play the game to win championships.
Well, you fire coaches when you back channeled somebody, and there's a strong interest there. And
I don't know if you do in the you think in the NFL.
I think there's feelers that might go out there if they're leaning that way. I think maybe it's like some very light discussions, but if there's like, let's say like, you know, Duke, we're isolating this conversation maybe on the Bengals a little bit too much, but like, I think there's a chance that Duke is kind of like rubs elbows with an agent, right? Because he's done business with them before. Like, hey, what's Vance up to? Like, how's he feeling? What's he thinking? He's like, yeah, he's like so into wanting.
My guess would have to be Katie and Troy.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say Mike. I think Katie and Troy are running the day to day.
Well, wasn't Duke the guy that identified Zach Taylor? Like that was his kind of like his guy, like his.
Yeah, and that's what I think that's why I think the Bengals do it differently. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any back channel stuff too much. Like, I think they're just gonna have a list of candidates and do the interviews and go from there. That's the Bengals they're not savvy enough to fucking do that shit.
Well, I will say though, like,
I could be wrong. It just feels that way.
I don't know if I can criticize the Bengals on their coaching hires though, because like Marvin was successful, right?
I mean, but we're talking 20 plus years. We can say Marvin was successful-ish, but never won a playoff game. And then we could say they hired Zach. Well, Zach got us to Joe Burrow got us to the Super Bowl. And that's it. That's all we have to go on. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can go after that. But I'm saying, like, that's since like 2002, 23 years. 2 coaches, you know, and it's like longevity.
That's right. We model ourselves after the Steelers.
I get it. They have 6 Super Bowls and we have 0. And also lately they can't win a playoff game.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? And it's like you look at a team like Philadelphia, because I ain't going to say the other thing. Philadelphia, because Crip gets on to me the way I say it. Their team name. But Philadelphia, you know, got rid of who was that coach?
Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson.
They got rid of Andy Reid too.
After winning us, that's fair.
Yeah,
but it was like 4 ifs, and you know.
Hell, Sirianni might not even survive this damn season, to be honest.
I don't think Zach Taylor is Andy Reid, though.
No.
And like even Philadelphia getting rid of Peterson hasn't panned out really anywhere else.
No.
And they want to fire their coach now, but they won a Super Bowl last year with this guy. Yeah. I think, you know, you need a competent GM. Everything goes into it too. So it's not just coach. But
I guess what I'm saying is like sometimes I just like I don't want to pile on the Bengals necessarily. Like
that's fair.
The coaching hires haven't been unmitigated disasters. Like Aaron Glenn, he might get fired in the middle of the season. You know.
Well, but we know the Bengals do this stuff. Even if these guys were like honestly, could Zach Taylor have been fired his first year here? The way the Titans do business, he would have been, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think the Titans thought that the roster was a little bit further ahead, and the quarterback developing wasn't happening with Brian Callahan. So I think
guess, but if you know you're taking a quarterback at 1 overall, you either go ahead and fire that guy or you give him at least 2 to 3 years minimum. Like,
yeah, and I think
let them get their quarterback. Like, you know what I mean? I think Callahan should have 2 or 3 years with Cam Ward.
I think the quote from them was they just didn't see the development in Cam Ward that they need to see, you know, and they're tying Callahan directly to his success. So that's why I think all these like firings are independent for different reasons.
Yeah,
I don't think there's like a lot of crossover. Now, am I like people get like too in their feelings with stuff? Like, I'm not over here defending Zach at all. Like,
no, and listen, I don't want to pile on Zach. If Zach goes out and gets a win tonight and the offense is humming, I want to be like, oh, he's good. Same thing with Lou last year. Like, the defense was started playing better, and I'm like, man, if you can get us in the playoffs, and then let's go. You keep your job.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any like. There's no reason for me to defend or attack any of these people. They're humans. I just, as a fan, give my opinion, and you do the same. And that's what I like about talking to you and stuff like that is we can have these conversations. Some people just see things so one-sided. It's impossible for them to even think about the others. I'm willing to be like, think about it, because I do wonder, like, if they get rid of Zach, who do they bring in? And is that 10 times worse? And do they give that guy 5-6 years? Trust me, that's in the back of my head too.
Oh, yeah. Like, if Penn State hires Matt Rule, that's a lateral move, right?
Yeah, I think that will be a bad hire. And that's who I think is the favorite for that job, because he'll take it. And Indiana just – because Cignetti, he ain't leaving now.
Yeah. I like, if we go pluck some offensive coordinator, could that just be a lateral move? Like, are we getting another Zach? Right?
Yeah. I don't know and that's the thing. I don't know the answer. Do we get a defensive guy? I just know, and you sent that to me about the people that won the Super Bowl. It's all been an offensive coordinator that's become a head coach. And it's a lot of the same people, to be fair, the Andy Reids who have multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
With a really good D coordinator paired with. I don't think we have either. I still don't know about Al Golden. Listen, I like the guy. I don't think he's still like a great D coordinator.
Yeah, and then conversely, you have these teams like the Eagles. They're going back to like 2 years ago, right? So they lost all their coordinators, right? And then all of a sudden, like this year, because they lost Kellen Moore last year. He went to the Saints, and now they have this offensive coordinator. They're trying to run out of town. And now Sirianni's being exposed because they're like, he's not a guy that can come in and call plays. Like, they call him a coordinator merchant, basically. So, like, it's just kind of wild how all the different coaching scenarios are like pretty isolated in a way. But again, I guess you got to go the most simplistic answer. It is a results-based business. Like,
right.
If you miss
you're winning, you're losing.
Yeah. If you miss the playoffs 3 years in a row, there should be a move, right? Like, that's just what it is. Like, even if there are circumstances outside of like Zach's control, whatever, at some point. And again, those that defend Zach, listen, he's not going to be coaching the Bengals the rest of our lives. Like, every coach that's hired is fired. How many coaches have been able to just to walk away? Well, you can name like a handful of them. Like,
well, if Matt Rule, here's Zach's out too. If Matt Rule goes to Penn State, Nebraska job's open, Zach's alma mater.
Yeah.
They want to give him a bag. You kind of go without having to worry about being fired.
I think he'd be a good fit there. I think he'd be a really good fit there. I think he'd be a good college coach.
I think he might be a better college coach than he would an NFL. But hey, we'll see. If we get on a run, I will take back all these things I said, and I'll be like, Zach has proven me wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm short-sighted. I have the results, but it's a fan. This is a fan podcast. I'm not making any decisions.
Well, we should want Zach to do good, right? Because that means the Bengals do good.
Yes, exactly. I always want that. Like, and when we're sucking, guess who I'm going to point the finger, because I know we can't change ownership. I'm going to point the finger when we're losing the most. When we're losing 3 years in a row. Now, you lose game to game here and there, but when you lose and miss the playoffs 3 years in a row, if that happens this year, I'm pointing the finger at you, Duke Tobin, and you, Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
Period. Because we already fired D coordinator last year for missing the playoffs for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally fair. Like, it's totally fair. It's totally fair. I think it would be time for a reset too.
Yeah, it's just like rational. I don't have any hate. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I never try to, and I hope that we turn it around and win. I hope we win the fucking Super Bowl. But what the hell have I watched these last 4 weeks that makes me think we're going to win the Super Bowl or make the playoffs? Nothing. Especially the guy calling the plays, Zach Taylor, the guy who can't get plays in quick enough, the guy who fucking wastes timeouts, the guy who can't score more than 3 points in a half. Like, that's why I point to him. Now, I hope he proves me wrong and puts up 47 points. I'm 47 for a random number in the first half.
Yeah, we set an NFL record in points scored.
And I have to do the show tomorrow and come on here and be like, Zach Taylor's the GOAT. Zach Taylor should get a lifetime. I would love to have to do that.
The problem in NFL, there's no transient property. Like, you can have a good offensive game and it doesn't carry over. That's what sucks. But
when you have 4 shitty first halves,
yeah,
like that somehow has carried over. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, can we get out to a decent start?
Yeah. I mean, that's key. That's key. Let's get off to a fast start. Let's drive fast cars. Let's fucking take fast jets.
Yeah. Let's fuck fast women.
Yeah.
Fast women.
Did you say fat or fast?
Well, either one. I don't care. I'm not picky.
Yeah. Hey, the fastest growing sport in America is flag football for girls, by the way. That's pretty cool to see. And it's an Olympic sport. So that's going to be tight. I'm excited about that. It's like big in the South, bro. Like, my buddy lives in Georgia and he's like, it's huge down here. Like, the fans are into it. Yeah.
Well, I'm into college football and I love it. I'm going to rebrand this show if we keep losing and keeping fucking Zach Taylor and Duke Tobin in their current jobs.
Yeah, I'm down for that, man. I'm college ball. Hell, we'll turn into a high school recruitment show.
No, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, I'm a high school recruitment nerd. So, But
I used to get into that for the Buckeyes, like this recruit and that. And I'm solidly locked in. I just love watching the product of college football.
Yeah.
Every Saturday. It's just so fun.
It's fun. It's a new surprise. Every team, like, there's so many different schemes. Whereas, like, the NFL, it's like every team's kind of running the same shit. You know what I mean? Everyone's running like a version of the West Coast offense.
Yeah.
Like 11 personnel. Everybody's doing duo blocks. Everybody's doing like some kind of zone. Some people are doing traps. It's like, it's all the same stuff, So it's a copycat league too. You'll see one team do one thing. The next year, that team will be duplicating it. Remember when the Dolphins with Ronnie Brown, they started doing, the Wildcat, and then everybody started doing the Wildcat.
Well, people have tried to push even, and that this was like, don't work. But ban that shit anyways. But Nostradamus, you're right. Zach doesn't help himself when he says the same thing with the same tone, game after game after taking L's. Like, I just want to see Zach Taylor go ballistic and be like, it's not fucking good enough. I fucking suck. I need better play. Like, just go ballistic one time. I know you can't do that, but shit, if you're not performing, just go crazy.
That's the thing. We don't have really any coaching personalities anymore. It's kind of sad. True. Like, guys,
that's why the
table, like,
hey, now, come on, now. I don't love watching the young man. That's gay. Paul,
Yeah, you went to college when I started talking about chicks. So
Damn, maybe I do love those
I
college
do.
guys. I get older and those college boys, they stay the same age.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, all right, all right. Such a
Oh,
great movie, by the way. Dazed and Confused. Great
yeah,
movie.
it never gets old. Oh, one other thing, and we can wrap on this. I don't know if did you see the player within Ohio sue the OHSAA? Ohio is the only one of like 4 states that
Yeah, I
doesn't
did see
allow
it.
high school students to obtain NIL money. So that would be kind of something to keep an eye on too.
Yeah, and I didn't realize, I guess this is just me because I don't pay attention to the high school stuff. Like 46 other states do allow it. Like,
Yeah.
For high school. You get
Yep.
NIL in high school?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So there's this basketball player for he grew up in the Canton area. He had to transfer out for his senior year. The dude is like, he was the #1 college player. He's playing at Kansas this year. Stud. Derek Peterson, watch him this year. But he had to leave the state to go get NIL money.
To go get his money.
He was assigned with Adidas, and Adidas was like, well, we want to pay you, but we can't technically because you live in Ohio. He had to move to go get it. And he made he signed a contract in high school with Adidas for like $3 million. It's kind of wild.
That is wild.
People are getting paid,
well,
bro.
I think the guy that's filing that is an Ohio State commit, right? But
yeah, he's Amari
he's
Brown.
got a visit to Notre Dame this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the number
See,
one.
I do keep up on a little bit. I keep up on the Buckeyes.
Yeah, he's the number one
like wide receiver.
Number one wide receiver, yeah, in the 20, I guess it would be the 26th class. Yeah, so definitely I think he was a Buckeye actual commit, maybe. And now it's just, Ohio State's going to want to get that pushed through because they don't want that guy to get out of state,
Right. Well, I they got Chris Henry Jr. coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that kid leaves out of Ohio, they got him, who also, to be fair, was playing in Ohio and then has been in California a couple years.
You know what's he went down to he's played at 3 different high schools now because he went to another high school. I think he might have went down to IMG Academy and then he went all the way out to California. He's all the way out in the Bay Area.
Yeah, he's been there for 2 years, I know, and he's been playing really good. And he's just so damn big. He's like 6'7". It's crazy, man. He could be the next. He could be the next Jeremiah Smith for the Buckeyes. If someone don't poach him, honestly, Oregon's been trying to get him to commit to them for 2 years.
Yeah. They're still going after him. They're going to try to flip him hard. So, and they're going to try to, because the thing with him, I think he might be aligned with Adidas though. So, and they're a Nike school. So I think that helps.
No, Brian, you're not. He's not perfect, but he made it farther in the playoffs than Marvin. And I know that's when we're talking about Marvin. I say the same thing. But yeah, Marvin didn't have a burst. And honestly, man, Carson Palmer, I still go back to that 2005 season. It broke me, man. That was a Super Bowl team. We had the best damn team in the NFL, in my opinion. We went toe-to-toe with the Colts, but we had the best team. And the Steelers ended up winning it. The Steelers won that game because stupid-ass Kimo von Oelhoffen took out Palmer's fucking knee. And that hurt, man. On a touchdown pass to Chris Henry, Sr., by the way. And we just couldn't recover in that game and get the win. But, man, that was the team that should have won the Super Bowl. And then Palmer was never really quite the same, but he was still pretty damn good, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a good 2007 when TJ Hushmanzada, since then Chase has broke it, but the reception record single season, I think it was like 111 catches or 14 or something. But yeah, we just couldn't recover from that. But that just shows you how fickle the NFL is. Like you do got like many windows within windows, Well,
and that's just like, it's only Burrow's second year. Everybody was saying that when we played the Rams. I'm like, no, we need to win this one. I remember Carson Palmer. I remember it very fondly. And, we didn't win, and everybody's just like, we'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah.
We almost got back the next year, but since then, we can't even sniff the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Playoffs? Talking about playoffs?
Talking about playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Thanks,
We were
friends.
going to do 35 minutes. We've done an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Hopefully the Bengals get the victory so our show tomorrow can be fun and light and enjoyable. If not, we're just going to have to talk about who needs fired if we're 2-5.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then Greg will have to tell us, bring us back to life and say like, hey, we play the Jets and the Bears. Maybe we can get 2 wins, be 4-5. And that's what we do. We just cope with it. But this is a huge game. We can get right back in the race. We can knock the Steelers down a little bit and just find a damn way to get a fucking win. I don't care. 1 damn point. Win the fucking game. Appreciate y'all. Any parting words of wisdom?
No, who day? Let's have some fun. Stick with it. There's probably going to be ups and downs in tonight's game. It's the AFC North. It'll probably be close. I mean, it'd be awesome to kick back and just have a relaxing game and we just beat that ass. Let's do that instead. But we're going to be in for a fight. So let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's hit him in the mouth. Let's hit him in the mouth early, right? Let's send a message early. Hit him in the mouth. Ohio Game Talks, you're right. Fuck the Steelers and fuck Tyler Kelly.
Fuck them both.